Welcome back, champions. How many times this week did someone manipulate you without you even noticing? That conversation where you suddenly felt guilty for no reason. That person who made you doubt yourself with one sentence. That moment when you walked away feeling confused, drained, like something just happened but you can't figure out what. That wasn't an accident. That was a mind game. And you lost without knowing you were playing. Here's the truth. Every single day, people are running psychological operations on you. Manipulation is human nature. It's how weak people gain power, how insecure people feel important, how broken people break others. You think you're having a normal conversation, but they're testing your boundaries. You think someone's being nice, but they're collecting data on your weaknesses. You think you're being helpful, but you're being trained to serve. Mind games bypass your conscious awareness. They slip past your defenses. By the time you realize what happened, the damage is done. Today, I'm giving you 5 simple tricks that will instantly upgrade your psychological defense system. Tactical moves you can use immediately to spot manipulation before it touches you, and position yourself as someone who cannot be played. Machiavelli said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." Most people figure out they've been manipulated months later. You're about to learn how to see it in real time. Type this affirmation in the comments. I see the game clearly. Trick 1. Master the delayed response. The person who responds first loses power. Every time. When someone triggers you and you respond immediately, defending, explaining, correcting, you hand them complete control. They threw bait, you bit. They pressed a button, you reacted. They set a trap, you walked into it. Every instant reaction reveals your triggers, insecurities, fears. Robert Cialdini proved people comply more when caught off guard, when they don't have time to think. Manipulators know this. The counter-strategy: when someone says something designed to trigger you, don't respond. Let the silence hang. Count to 3. Let your emotional response settle. Then choose your words deliberately. Machiavelli wrote, "Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. Never respond with emotion what can be answered with strategy." The delayed response breaks their rhythm. Manipulators rely on momentum. When you pause, you interrupt their script. You're not revealing triggers. You're remaining a mystery. And mystery is power. Starting today, when someone asks a loaded question, pause. Someone tries to provoke you, pause. Someone demands an immediate answer, pause. The manipulator trying to bait you will backtrack. The person fishing for information will expose what they really want. The individual testing your boundaries will show their hand. The person who controls the rhythm controls the outcome. Rhythm is controlled through timing, not speed. Speed is weakness. Timing is strength. Drop this. I respond when I choose. Trick 2. The mirror technique. Reflect, don't absorb. Someone dumps negativity on you. Suddenly you feel terrible. Someone tries to make you feel guilty. You actually feel guilty, even though you did nothing wrong. Someone projects insecurity onto you. You start questioning yourself. This happens because most people absorb other people's emotions like sponges. Psychologist Carl Rogers discovered emotional contagion. People unconsciously absorb the emotions of those around them. This is beautiful for genuine connection, but it's a weapon when someone's manipulating you. They project their shame, guilt, anger onto you. Your brain fires. You unconsciously start feeling what they're projecting. Within minutes, you've absorbed emotions that were never yours. The counter strategy: instead of absorbing, reflect it back. When someone tries to make you feel guilty, recognize they're feeling guilt and trying to transfer it. When someone tries to make you feel inadequate, they're feeling inadequate and projecting. Step 1. Ask yourself, is this emotion mine, or is someone trying to hand it to me? Step 2. Visualize a mirror between you and them. Their attack hits the mirror and bounces back. Step 3. Stay neutral. Don't absorb, don't argue, don't defend. Just observe. The advanced move. Verbally reflect it back calmly. They say, "You're being selfish." You respond, "It sounds like you're feeling frustrated that I'm prioritizing my needs." You didn't absorb the accusation. You didn't defend yourself. You reflected their emotional state back, forcing them to confront what they're actually feeling. Marcus Aurelius taught, you have power over your mind, not outside events. The mirror technique applies this wisdom. Other people's emotions are outside events. You don't have to let them become your internal reality. Every time someone tries to make you feel something, ask, is this mine, or are they trying to give this to me? If it's theirs, don't catch it. Let it bounce off. Stay neutral. You'll stop feeling drained. You'll stop carrying guilt that isn't yours. You'll stop questioning yourself based on projections. Absorb nothing. Reflect everything. Drop this. I reflect. I don't absorb. Trick 3. Ask the clarifying question. Manipulation works through vagueness. Someone says something loaded or passive-aggressive, then watches you scramble. I guess some people just don't care. Interesting choice you made. I expected more from you. These are landmines designed to make you anxious, guilty, or defensive, without the manipulator directly saying what they mean. And most people fall for it, immediately explaining, defending, apologizing for things they haven't even done. Fritz Heider's attribution theory explains humans need to understand cause and effect. When someone gives incomplete information, our brains automatically fill gaps, usually negatively. Manipulators exploit this. They throw vague accusations, let your brain create guilt, doubt, or fear. Genius manipulation, because they never commit to an actual accusation, but the damage is done. The counter strategy, force them to be specific. They say, I guess some people just don't care. You respond, what specifically are you referring to? They say, I expected more from you. You respond, can you tell me exactly what expectation I didn't meet? It forces the manipulator out of hiding. They can't stay vague. They have to commit to a direct statement or reveal they were just fishing. It transfers discomfort back to them. They were trying to make you anxious. Now, they're squirming. It stops self-manipulation. You stop your brain from creating guilt where none should exist. Machiavelli wrote, one must be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves. The clarifying question is being the fox, recognizing the trap and refusing to step into it. Every time someone says something vague that makes you defensive, respond, can you be more specific? Don't explain. Don't fill blanks, just ask for clarity. Most manipulators will backtrack immediately. Their manipulation only works in vagueness. The moment you demand clarity, it collapses. Vagueness is manipulation. Clarity is defense. Drop this. I demand clarity. Trick 4. The strategy withdraw. Sometimes the most powerful move is not to play at all. Most people think defense means standing ground, arguing, proving they're right. But that's what manipulators want, your engagement. The moment you engage, you're playing their game. And their game is designed for you to lose. Game theory proves Some games are unwinnable by design. The only winning move is not to play. Manipulators create no-win situations. If you defend yourself, you look guilty. If you ignore them, you look weak. If you attack back, you look aggressive. If you stay calm, you look uncaring. No matter what you do, they framed it so you lose. This is psychological entrapment. The counter-strategy: recognize the trap and refuse to enter. Remove yourself entirely, not in defeat, but in power. Machiavelli advised, a wise ruler ought never to keep faith, when by doing so it would be against his interests. You don't owe manipulators a response. You don't owe toxic people your time. The strategic withdrawal says, this conversation isn't serving me, so I'm removing myself. Master this 3 types of counter-strategy. Physical withdrawal. You literally leave. I need to take care of something. Then walk away. Emotional withdrawal. You stay present but emotionally absent. Minimal engagement. Okay, I see. Conversational withdrawal. You redirect away from their manipulation. They try drama. You change the subject. Manipulators need your engagement, like fire needs oxygen. When you withdraw, you starve their manipulation. They can't manipulate someone who isn't there. They can't play games with someone who refuses to play. They can't win against someone who won't fight. Next time someone tries dragging you into drama, simply withdraw. Don't announce it. Don't explain. Just leave. I have to go. We'll continue this another time. Watch the power shift. The manipulator has no leverage. They're performing to an empty room. Sun Tzu taught, the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Engagement is entrapment. Withdrawal is freedom. Drop this. I choose my battles. Prick 4. The strategy withdraw. Sometimes the most powerful move is not to play at all. Most people think defense means standing ground, arguing, proving they're right, but that's what manipulators want, your engagement. The moment you engage, you're playing their game, and their game is designed for you to lose. Game theory proves some games are unwinnable by design. The only winning move is not to play. Manipulators create no-win situations. If you defend yourself, you look guilty. If you ignore them, you look weak. If you attack back, they look aggressive. If you stay calm, you look uncaring. No matter what you do, they framed it so you lose. This is psychological entrapment. The counter-strategy. Recognize the trap and refuse to enter. Remove yourself entirely, not in defeat, but in power. Machiavelli advised, a wise ruler ought never to keep faith, when by doing so it would be against his interests. You don't owe manipulators a response. You don't owe toxic people your time. The strategic withdrawal says, this conversation isn't serving me, so I'm removing myself. Master this 3 types of counter-strategy. Physical withdrawal. You literally leave. I need to take care of something. Then walk away. Emotional withdrawal. You stay present, but emotionally absent. Minimal engagement. Conversational withdrawal. You redirect away from their manipulation. They try drama. You change the subject. Manipulators need your engagement, like fire needs oxygen. When you withdraw, you starve their manipulation. They can't manipulate someone who isn't there. They can't play games with someone who refuses to play. They can't win against someone who won't fight. How to apply? Next time someone tries dragging you into drama, simply withdraw. Don't announce it. Don't explain. Just leave. I have to go. We'll continue this another time. Watch the power shift. The manipulator has no leverage. They're performing to an empty room. Sun Tzu taught, the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Engagement is entrapment. Withdraw is freedom. Drop this. I choose my battles. Trick 5. Document everything. The most insidious manipulation. Gaslighting. The manipulator controls your perception of the past. I never said that. That's not what happened. You're remembering it wrong. Suddenly, you're questioning your memory, your sanity, your reality. Once a manipulator gets you doubting yourself, they can make you believe anything. Psychologist Elizabeth Loftus proved memory is reconstructive. Every time you remember something, you rebuild it, and those pieces can be influenced or corrupted. Manipulators exploit this by confidently denying things they said, and because they're so certain, you doubt yourself. The counter strategy: document interactions. When you have evidence, manipulators lose their most effective weapon: rewriting history. Verbal conversations: take notes immediately after. Write what was said, when, any agreements. Timestamp and organize. Text, email, screenshot everything. Save externally. In person, follow up with summary messages. Just to confirm, you said X, I said Y, we agreed on Z. Patterns: keep a journal, document dates, times, what they did, how you felt. Documentation protects your sanity. When someone gaslights you, check your notes. No, I'm not crazy. This is what happened. It removes their power. When they say I never said that, you pull out the exact message. Manipulation collapses. It creates accountability. When people know you're documenting, they become more careful. Many manipulators stop entirely when they realize there's a paper trail. Machiavelli understood controlling narrative. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Documentation ensures what you experienced is preserved as truth. Starting today, document any interaction with people you don't fully trust. This isn't paranoia, it's protection. You don't need to tell them. Just do it quietly and consistently. For important conversations, send follow-up summaries. For suspicious interactions, take notes immediately. For text exchanges, screenshot before responding. Just having documentation gives you confidence. You know what really happened. No one can make you doubt your reality when you have evidence. Memory is manipulable. Documentation is truth. Drop this. I document, I protect. There they are. Champions. 5 simple tricks. 1. Delayed response. Pause before reacting. 2. Mirror technique. Reflect manipulation back. 3. Clarifying question. Force vagueness into specificity. 4. Strategic withdraw. Refuse unwinnable games. 5. Document everything. Protect truth from gaslighting. These are tactical moves you can use today, right now, in your next conversation. But here's what separates champions from victims. Application. Most people will watch this, nod along, then go right back to being manipulated. They'll know the tricks, but won't use them. You're different. You're ready to become someone manipulators can't touch. Machiavelli's final lesson. There is nothing more difficult to take in hand, more perilous to conduct, or more uncertain in its success, than to take the lead in the introduction of a new order of things. Changing how you respond to manipulation will be uncomfortable. People used to manipulating you will resist. They'll call you cold, difficult, changed. Let them, because what you're becoming is free. Free from emotional manipulation. Free from psychological games. Free from people who see you as a target. When you pause instead of react, reflect instead of absorb, clarify instead of assume, withdraw instead of engage, and document instead of forget. Manipulation simply stops working. You become immune. Not because you're cold, but because you're conscious, strategic, and protected. If this opened your eyes, do 3 things. Hit that like button. Share this with someone who needs it. Subscribe to this channel for content that makes you psychologically untouchable. Drop your final affirmation. Tell me which trick hit hardest. This isn't for everyone. This is for champions who refuse to be victims. For people who see the game and choose to stop playing by rules designed for them to lose. The world is full of manipulators. But after today, you're not their target anymore. You're the one they avoid, the one their tricks don't work on, the one who sees through every game. Stay sharp, champions. Drop this final affirmation. I am untouchable.